I'm Rose. A wonderful day to all of you. Today we're gonna have another healthy talk. So, as you all know, I really love fermented foods, and fermented foods really played a very big role on my healing journey when I had my reflux. And until now, I am still eating, drinking fermented foods. So, one of my favorite and my most favorite is the Milk Kefir. This one. And from the Milk Kefir, I started also, just weeks ago, I started to make my own Milk Kefir cheese or the Milk Kefir dip. So, just like the Milk Kefir, um, this Milk Kefir cheese or dip also got lots of probiotics. So it has same probiotics content with the normal Milk Kefir, and I love it. When I made it, I just really did it out of curiosity how it will taste, and I love it. And now I'm using this Milk Kefir cheese or spread to my bread, crackers for snacks, and sometimes I boil potatoes and mash it and add the Milk Kefir cheese, and it really tastes good. So now I'm gonna teach you how I do it so you can also do it on your own at home. So I'm gonna show you first how the Milk Kefir cheese or dip looks like. It's this. So it's not like the typical cheese we can buy in stores. It's more like of a spread. So like a cheese spread. I just really love it. So, of course, what we need for this Milk Kefir cheese is, of course, the Milk Kefir. We need the Milk Kefir, the fermented one, and we need glasses or jars, up to you. I usually use just small glass and a jar from my old pickle jar. So I use this, and then some people use cheesecloth, but you can also use a coffee paper, like a coffee filter. So I just use coffee filter because we have lots. So and then I need also a tape. So that's for the side, so I can stick the paper in the jar. So it's just for support. And then of course you need a container and a strainer, and then milk for the new fermentation. For the cheese, but I'm gonna show it after the finished product. I usually add flavor or spices to my Milk Kefir cheese because it's really delicious and it adds up the flavor to the Milk Kefir cheese, just like a real dip. So sometimes I put basil, the dried basil leaves, a healthy salt, garlic powder, and some green herbs. So it's up to you, but the main ingredients I put are salt, garlic powder, and basil. So those two, or you can just put garlic powder and salt, that's also fine. So first, this is my Milk Kefir that I fermented yesterday. So we need to remove, of course, the grains first. So every day I still drink milk kefir, but I started to become more addicted or more drawn into fermented foods because they just make me feel stronger and stronger daily and healthier each day. So it's for a good health, so why not take fermented foods daily, right? So I'm just gonna strain the milk kefir. Oops. It's crazy how my milk kefir grains grow. I already got like 4 big jars like this just for the kefir grains. So it's really crazy. If you have lots of kefir grains too, you can offer it to your friends or your family members so they can start making their own too. You see a lot of milk kefir grains. Healthy babies. So yeah, just need to do this. Make sure you strain it very well. And you need like an extra bowl, small bowl, where you can place the grains. And it's really very easy to make milk kefir or milk kefir cheese. But of course you need to allot time for it. But it's worth it because it's really healthy, it's really delicious. It gives you stronger immune system. It contains lots of nutrients, and if you can just, if you have time, you can also search online the benefits of milk kefir. Everything is there, the studies, researches, everything. You'll see how powerful milk kefir is. So, and it's very natural. Milk kefir grains a lot. So last one. Okay. So I usually just put it back in the container. And it's a lot. When you put lots of, you don't follow the usual ratio of milk and the milk kefir grains, and you do this like what I'm doing, lots of milk kefir grains and just few milk, of course it will ferment faster. So and it's really crazy because the taste is like a cheese with sour cream, garlic dip. It's hard to explain, but I really love it. You can use it for bread, a spread, for chips, like the healthy chips. You can use it as dip. I even sometimes add it to my meat for grill, but my most favorite is the one with potatoes, boiled potatoes. It's really yummy. Or you can make like tuna or chicken sandwich. Instead of using mayonnaise, you can use the milk kefir cheese spread, and it's really yummy. This is really good if you are not the milk type of person, because there are some people who really doesn't like the taste of yogurt or milk, but they eat mayonnaise. So it's somehow, I don't like mayonnaise. I don't eat mayonnaise, but I know the taste. When I got no choice for example, I buy burgers and there's already mayonnaise in it. Of course, I have no choice but to eat it. But in general, I really don't like mayonnaise. But this one, somehow similar to mayonnaise, but it's more cheesy taste. So I love it. Okay, so I'm gonna put it back again. Please. It's really a lot. And then I have to add the milk, so it will be ready again for another batch of milk kefir or milk kefir cheese. Okay. So this will start to ferment again. I'll just leave it there first. So now that we have the milk kefir, what you can do now is, if it's a lot, you can use some for the second fermentation. This one you can already drink this. So from the previous videos, I showed you how to make your milk kefir and do the second fermentation. This one you can already drink, or you can do the second fermentation. You can get another jar, and then you just place the milk kefir inside the jar and put like fruits or orange peel or small pieces of fruits, banana, strawberry, whatever you like. And you just have to wait for a few hours, and you'll taste that the milk kefir will be like, depends on what fruit you use. If you put orange peel, then most probably it will taste like orange, like an orange yogurt milk, something like that, for the second fermentation. But this, the first one without the second fermentation, this is what we are going to use for the milk kefir cheese. So we're gonna get our containers, and we just have to pour it. Just enough. Okay, so you will see, don't put too much, just enough. There should be a little bit more space on top. So that's it. For this, you just have to wait for the filtration, because if you notice, once you make milk kefir and you over ferment it, you will see that the white parts will be separated from the whey, or the golden liquid. So in that case, when you are going to make your milk kefir cheese, you can see in the video, but here the liquid is starting to separate already. So there's already the liquid there, that's the whey. And for here too, that's the whey. So we need to wait until all the whey is gone, and the remaining will just be the white parts, or the milk kefir. But it will take time for this, so you can just cover it. And for this one, I can just use like a plastic cover. Cover it, and you can place it inside the fridge. And then the next day, if you notice that all the whey is gone, and the cheese is already like this texture, like it's a spread thick, um, and it's no longer liquidish, so it means it's done. So you can already start making the milk kefir cheese. But for now, we have to put this in the fridge and wait until the next day. Okay, so now after placing the jars overnight in the refrigerator, you can take it out, and you'll see that the liquid is already separated from the solid or the white part there. So yesterday I made more batches. So you can see that's the liquid away, and it's totally separated. Now you have to remove the tape. This one, making the milk kefir cheese or the milk kefir dip is much more complicated than making just a normal milk kefir, but it's worth it. Okay, so this one. So now we will be needing, we need a bowl, and we'll just remove all the white parts, the kefir cheese. So this is the milk kefir cheese. So some just add salt into it, but I prefer the one with more flavor, so I add some spices to it. So you just have to remove everything. The texture is like a typical cheese spread or dip. Another one. With the whey, this one, the liquid in here, the milk kefir whey, you can still use this with juice. You can make juice or ferment veggies out of this whey, because this liquid still contains good bacteria. So if you want to throw it, you can throw it away, but if you want to ferment veggies or make juice, you can also use it. Or sometimes I water it to our plants. It's also good for the plants. And last night, this one, the jar I showed you yesterday, it's almost empty. It's almost empty because last night I boiled, I did like a baked potato with herbs, herbed baked potato. I love cooking, so I just did the baked potato, and we used this milk kefir dip or milk kefir cheese for the potato filling, and it's really delicious. And you can also add like bits of bacon. So there. So now this is the Milk Kefir cheese. This is already good to go, good to eat. You can use it now as a spread, but as I've said, I prefer it with more flavor. So I'm adding a bit of spices, salt. I'm gonna add a bit of salt, maybe just few pinch of salt. It's actually up to you because you can just taste it afterwards. And then I'm adding garlic powder because I love garlic. So I just add garlic powder, and then you can also add basil or other spices, up to you. That one. And I also made before milk kefir cheese with olives. You can just this is also fermented. It's green olives, and you can just chop it into small pieces and add it on your milk kefir cheese. And you can also put jalapeno, or you can put bell pepper, paprika, onion, chives. It's up to you. Whatever you think would taste good with it. You can just try and experiment. So now I'll just mix it. So this one tastes more of like garlic sour and cream for me, and it's really yummy. Okay, now it's all mixed. I'll just taste it. Good. So now I'll just put it in the jar, and you can just place it afterwards in the fridge. You can add this to your meal for a sauce. Sometimes I cook potato fries or baked potato or whatever potato dish, and then I'll just add this. I can also add it to meat, sandwiches, everything, because it's really delicious. So you can just try it at home. So that's it. I hope you learned something, and I really recommend you to try the Milk Kefir cheese or Milk Kefir spread, dip, whatsoever how you call it. So it's really healthy. It's really delicious, and it can provide also good bacteria to your body, just like the normal milk kefir. And it's really just good to eat healthy every day with your meals. So yeah, and it's homemade, very cheap. You don't have to spend a lot of money just to make this one. So that's it. Bye.